So this is what I found interesting, right? So you remember going out clubbing back in the day
Yeah.
versus clubbing today? How it's changed, right? And the thing that's changed the most. Do you remember back in the day, you would not be able to get in a club if you didn't have a shirt on and shoes.
No chance.
And there would be geezers who would have to go out, buy the cheapest shoes in the world to get in the club.
Mate, so when one of our friends bought his first flat, yeah? It was opposite a club. And we went to go into the club, and there was like, I think back then was vans, so they were quite smart for a trainer, and they wouldn't let him in. He went back to the guy's house, put the man's work boots on, and they let him in. But how does that fucking make any difference? And then people should put black socks over them as well, over trainers.
Because now, people are going with caps, fucking t-shirts, fucking bottles almost.
Sports trainers.
Like, it's mad. The change. Like, if you didn't have shoes on, you were not getting in. Hey, it didn't matter about the shoes either. Like, clapped out, pointy.
Yeah, you could have gone with a tramp and then they let you in. And the other thing they used to do, like, they used to always accuse you of having too much to drink. So then you'd walk up there trying to act sober, even though you were sober, and then you ended up looking more pissed trying to act sober.
Yeah. Or they were like, oh, not today, but there's too many boys in there.
Yeah.
Too many lads in there.
Just try to stagger it.
Yeah, there ain't no fucking lads in there, mate. There ain't no lads in there. There's only birds in this fucking queue. Or, do you remember when you used to go in like a group of 10 and you try and like...
Go two at a time.
Like mix in with different groups in there.
Yeah,
like, Excuse me, girls, can I come in with you lot, please, so I can get in?
And it'd be long because some people didn't get in and they would have to leave.
Tell you what else I remember we were talking about earlier on. Is phone parties. But phone parties were decent.
They was good.
Phone parties were amazing because you could go in there...
Died at death. Never see them again.
There's probably some kind of health and safety thing in there. Like, it's probably not healthy.
Well, yeah, because it was mad slippery.
And it was like mad foam getting in your face. You're probably inhaling all sorts of shit. But you can go in there and spend time doing real fingering. It was about...
Which is probably why you don't see them no more. Sexual assault through the roof.
Yeah, but they were on it though. They're like, excuse me, how you doing? Like, can I finger? They're like, yeah, well, you know, yeah.
It's self-lube already.
Exactly.
In your years when you went clubbing, how often do you say that you managed to pull? Like, what percentage of nights? Was it every night?
Maybe not every night, but back in those days, you were committed. So you could be out. So say you're in the club for 3 hours, right? You might approach 4, 5, 6 birds, and you might get rejected, and you just keep going until but you do. You get rejected, you move on.
And the standard gets lower and lower.
You keep going until you're victorious at the end. And then what happens is when you're victorious, all that embarrassment of being rejected for the last 3 hours is gone because you're victorious. It's like you know when you watch these fucking animal programs, just because the lion don't get to munch like the fucking zebra or whatever it is, you don't stop, he just keeps going.
Yeah, find another zebra.
Exactly. Like that was the one. So I think normally you would pull. The challenge would be the standard you pulled. Because if you started up with a 10 and 6, 7 rejections later on, you're tackling wildebeest.
And that's it. The same with the lion thing, innit? You start with zebras and he went on to the wildebeest. It's human nature.
Yeah, it's true. Like, towards the end of the night, you were going after fucking borderline zombies.
It's easier though because you're getting drunker and drunker and drunker.
It's just like back in the day, or like, do you know when you used to like, you just walk up to someone and start dancing with them?
Yeah.
And they'd either, it was actually like fucking David Attenborough shit. They'd either start dancing with you and then you've been accepted, or they'd fuck you off and you just move on to the next. And then the plan of attack was, you walk up, you do a little fucking dirty wine with them. Then at some point, you kind of like try and get your chin over their shoulder, and then you try and spin them around for a cheeky kiss.
Yeah, and then you know you're in.
And then that's it. Then you're about. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're trying to fucking finger on the dance floor and that.
Drill
and trying to drill. They were the ones back in the day. But there was a time where either the wardrobe friend got involved and tried to fucking cop block, or you just got, you got knocked back and you move on.
There was always a lot of cop blocking going on, wasn't there, really?
Yeah, there was loads. There's always the fucking million mates as well. Like, fuck off, you troll.
That's when you used to get one of your mates taken for the team, innit?
Yeah, or you'd have an argument with the mate. You'd have a row. Like, you're like, fuck off. No one's chatting to you, love. Like,
yeah, but piss off your chance because his shoes stick. Yeah, it was long, really.
Fuck's sake.
They shouldn't be let out.
It should be allowed out. Ugly birds should have like certain environments designated for them.
Yeah. Like a smoking and no smoking section, isn't it? But like,
But apparently that's the reason. Basically, they used to ban trainers was to enforce basically a smart dress code, high standards of appearance. And
yeah,
that's just
they
gone out
don't
the
do that
window.
no more, do they?
But
They don't give a shit anymore.
Nah, and then back in the day, it was when like the expensive trainers were just starting to come in. So you'd be like, dude, these trainers are more expensive than my fucking shoes. So then you have to go home and get like winkle pickers or whatever it is just to...
Yeah, remember them?
Like, I knew geezers who, they worked on site or whatever, and they didn't have any shoes. So they would just get whatever they could, borrow whatever they could. You know, I know people who would colour in trainers black.
Mate, that's like people used to put socks over trainers.
It's mad, isn't it?
How's that look better? Like, you go walk in with socks over your trainers, and that's looks better to them than a pair of smart trainers.
Well, it's like in betweeners, isn't it? When he gets the homeless guy's shoes soaked in piss.
Ah, quality.